Welcome back everybody to the channel. It's me, Alejandro Mendoza, or the Nerdy Chicano. Either way how you say, it's all good here. And we're back for another review on this wonderful Friday afternoon as we look at something from my collection. And of course, since it is spooky month and I was at a Barnes & Noble, I have been eyeing this title for a while. So I decided, hey, let's go ahead and talk about Scream Factory's release of Halloween from 1978 on 4K Ultra HD. Now, this is the first time I talk about a Shout Factory, Scream Factory title, and I'm really excited because this is the legendary slasher film that started the whole saga. And of course, since we are near the release of Halloween Ends, I thought let's go ahead and go back to 1978 and talk about this amazing film starring Jamie Lee Curtis. Of course, if you would be so kind, please leave a like on this video if you enjoyed it, and go ahead and subscribe to this channel. But when you subscribe to the channel, make sure you hit that beautiful notification bell, because you're not gonna want to miss a single piece of content that drops on this channel. And of course, if you're looking for some extras or early access to videos just like this one, make sure you go over to patreon.com/thenerdychicano and check out all the wonderful stuff that I do on there. Now, let's go ahead and look at the packaging on this collector's edition of Halloween from Scream Factory. So, we have a hard slipcase here. This is the front of the case. This is the back of the case. It's pretty cool, actually. And then here is the spine. Of course, you see down there Scream Factory. And then of course we're gonna go ahead and just pull this apart, you know, and you go ahead and take out this. No inside art or anything, so yeah, here it is. We look at pretty much the same thing again. This is the front, this is the back, this is the spine. So you go ahead and open it up and you get your 4K Ultra HD disc, your Blu-ray disc with special features as well, and the original on Blu-ray with a different with the original color profile on it. Of course, let's check for some reversible artwork if there is any. Oh, yes, there is. So I've never bought Scream Factory, but it does have reversible artwork, and you have the original poster from 1978. But I really like this art from Scream Factory, so I'm going to go ahead and keep this. But that's the packaging from Scream Factory's collector's edition of Halloween 1978. Before we continue with the review, let's go ahead and look at this wonderful introduction here from Shout Factory on their website and look at some of the information about what is included in this film. The one, the only, the classic. On a black and unholy Halloween night years ago, little Michael Myers brutally slaughtered his sister in cold blood. For the last 15 years, the people of Haddonfield have rested easily knowing that Michael was safely locked away in a mental hospital. Until tonight, Michael has escaped and he will soon return to the same quiet neighborhood to relive his grisly murder again. For this is a night of evil. Tonight is Halloween. In the first disc, you get a 4K Ultra HD 2160p 4K Dolby Vision 2x35x1 Dolby Atmos DTS HD Master Audio 5.1 and original mono soundtrack. On the second disc, you get a Blu-ray 1080p high definition with the same aspect ratio, Dolby Atmos DTS HD Master Audio 5.1 and an original mono soundtrack. You get in the third disc a Blu-ray 1080p high definition with the same aspect ratio, but only with the DTS HD Master Audio mono track and a 5.1 track as well. As for special features, the first disc includes a 2021 4K scan from the original camera negative, approved by cinematographer Dean Cundy, a new Dolby Atmos track, audio commentary with co-writer/director John Carpenter and actors Jamie Lee Curtis, audio commentary with director of photography Dean Cundy, editor Tommy Lee Wallace, and actor Nick Castle. On the second disc, it's pretty much the same thing, a new 2021 4K Scan from the original camera negative, approved by the cinematographer. You get a Dolby Atmos track, of course. You get the audio commentary. You get everything on the last disc, but also The Night She Came Home featurette, Halloween Unmasked 2000 featurette, TV version with additional scenes, trailers from Hell, Adam Rifkin on Halloween, theatrical trailer, TV spots, radio spots, NBC broadcast TV promo, new newspaper ad still gallery by Drive-In Asylum, and a still gallery. On the third disc, you get an original Blu-ray color timing presentation, vintage interview with producer Mustafa Akkad, Halloween A Cut Above the Rest featurette, Halloween the extended cut in HD. TV inserts are in standard definition though. New, the broadcast television cut in standard definition to 133:1 aspect ratio. Horrors Hallowed Grounds, a look at the original filming locations. Horrors Hallowed Grounds bus tour from the Halloween convention. That's everything that is included in this collector's edition of Halloween from Scream Factory. Now, let's talk about the movie. It had been a long time since I've seen this film. And yeah, I mean, I wanted to see this film again when, I watched Halloween Kills, but I just didn't have enough time. And also, I just didn't like Halloween Kills at all. But I said, you know what? This is the classic. I remember I actually did like this film when I first watched it. So let's go ahead and experience this all over again. And I'm so happy that I bought this because I love this movie. This is the classic it deserves to be. This is the film with the original final girl, Laurie Strode, played by the incredible Jamie Lee Curtis. And she does an incredible job here. I mean, this film mixes the scary vibes of that a horror film is supposed to have, plus the comedic silliness that a slasher will be known for, and just a beautiful dazzle of that incredible style from John Carpenter. And there's no way that you just can watch this film and not be entertained to the least. If you don't like it, that's understandable, but there has to be some part in you that is entertained by this film. Who can deny the greatness of John Carpenter's famous score of Halloween? I mean, we all know that famous tune. There is no way that nobody knows it. Even if they don't know that it's Halloween, they know those notes. And I've got to say that this film is just as iconic as it is said to be. I love this movie. I love the way that we, don't always follow Michael, but we also follow Laurie. And of course, that incredible, iconic third act where we get the slasher goodness of Michael Myers. I mean, the film makes sure that you will all remember that this is quite possibly the best slasher film of all time. And I really like this movie, man. I can't complain about anything. I love the performances. I love the cinematography. I love the way that the film incorporates its score and how it elevates the horror in it by having this weird and eerie score, and just being able to be introduced to Michael in such a simple plot makes for the convoluted mess that comes from these films after. Ridiculous that they could never live up to the greatness that is this first film. But it is the iconic film that it is, and I will make it a tradition of mine to watch this every October because this is the film to watch during the spooky month. I love this movie and I love this edition. Now let's talk about this scan. This transfer is wonderful. I remember that in 2018, actually, when the new one came out, they also put the original on 4K, but it didn't have that Dolby Vision HDR on it. But of course, I don't have a Dolby Vision 4K player or compatible TV. Hopefully one day I will. That's why I chose to opt in to buy this version instead of the 2018. But I've got to say, this film looks fantastic. I didn't get to watch the original with the different color, but if I can remember correctly, I know what this film used to look like, and I've got to say, it looks great. I love the way they were able to bring out, that very natural but also very grim look that the film stock provides. And it was a fantastic video quality to the film. It's just, I love when films are like, look kind of ugly before, and they're able to bring out beauty in that ugliness. And even though, if you compare this to a film on 4K, like something from a different year or a different genre, of course you're gonna think this doesn't look as great as it should. But when you look at that original scan and you look at the way this film used to look, you can see that there is a massive improvement to the color grading. And I love that about the video quality here. And by God, I mean, the sharpness in 4K is fantastic. I mean, this film looks beautiful as being presented in 4K. The audio is just as great. I don't have surround sound system. I just have my TV, so I'm not gonna be listening to like the best of audio soundtracks here. But I gotta say, from what I experienced watching this film and listening to that audio soundtrack, I love the audio. They cleaned it up. There's no hissing. There's no noise in there that you would find in old scans of Halloween. But it sounds fantastic. And of course, probably one of the best things about this release is just this packaging. I've never owned a film with hard slip before, and I've got to say, I really like that about this edition. It's just beautiful to see when other boutique labels opt in to make themselves unique and put things like different casing compared to other films that are just either Amaray or a digipack. But this hard slip case is definitely one of my favorite boutique purchases in my collection. To connect with me on all social media throughout the month and every month after this one, make sure you follow me at The Nerd Chicano on Twitter, Instagram, Letterboxd, Serialized, TikTok, and on Twitch. I'm under the same name on all of those. And of course, to keep up to date with all the spookiness that we're getting into on The Nerdcore, follow us at thenerdcore.com or on Twitch and YouTube under The Nerdcore, CORPS. Of course, I will see you all next week when we continue looking at some more films in my collection. But in the meantime, my wonderful cinephiles and renowned scholars, celebrate the love of cinema today, tomorrow, and every day after. See you all in the next one, guys. Bye-bye.